What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite coach, dating coach, not just any coach, right? And as you can see, we are on a drive again, right? Gotta go get a cat carrier for my two little kitty cats, which you all know I have if you watch my other videos. They're about to get their nuts cut off, snip snip, about to get the little fruity pebbles deattached. Feel bad for them. If I could keep their nuts, I would, but they're gonna piss all over my stuff, and my stuff's a lot more expensive than the cats. So there's my my justification for it, right? So as you can see by the title below, I wanted to talk about this because I was writing my texting guide, which again, you can get that below, along with my value guide, my free guide, and if you want to work with me, a phone session or Skype session, again, that's all below. But I wanted to talk about value and how to, not to obtain it, but how if you don't have these three criterias, different things can come about, right? And I think this is really important to know. Again, I talk about this a lot in my value guide and in my texting guide, so if you want more on that, that's below. But here's the thing, okay? There's usually three things when it comes to value. It comes down to demand. Does he actually want it? You know, it comes down to supply. Can you supply it, and if so, how much are you actually supplying? And three is maintaining that, right? So think of it as a customer. If a customer's wanting your product, do you have the product? If you have a surplus of it, then you know you have a surplus of it, it might not be as valuable. I always say scarcity determines a lot of value. But if you don't have a lot of it and it's a luxury item, then it's a little more scarce. It has more value, okay? And then of course, how long can you maintain that value over time? So here's what I want to break down. A lot of women are wondering why, why guys don't, they show a lot of interest in the beginning and then they pull away. Like, why are they doing that? And it's usually because one of the three things. Maybe you didn't have the demand, what he was actually looking for from the get-go. So therefore, he might was just treating you like a friends with benefits, okay? If you have the demand, then okay, then he might be trying you out. He might be like, okay, this girl's actually a cool girl. She's sexy as hell. Let's see what happens, okay? Now, that comes down to, again, one of the three things, the maintaining. How long can you maintain that? Because usually when girls are too available, again, this comes down to the supply, right? The scarcity concept. You know, you got the demand, he's in there, and if you're too available, like way too available, then a lot of the times, like you're too eager, too available, your availability is too open, it's kind of the same thing, you know, just that kind of stuff. Show too much interest, then the guy might be kind of thinking, okay, you know, the demand was there, but I'm seeing actually, it's like after him opening the present or using the product, he's like, this might not be exactly what I want, you know, because she seems like a cool girl and stuff, but she's not, I don't know, man, she's pushing for that relationship and I'm just not ready for that yet. So that goes back to the maintaining thing. Like over a long period of time, if you're not maintaining the guy's interest or what he's actually looking for, then again, you got a problem. And I know I'm a little bit all over with this video, but I'm just trying to build, again, I'm not trying to give you like a direct answer or anything. I just want you to have this kind of in your mind as a go-to, right? Not a guide, not a system or anything like that, but just something on how guys actually look at it or how everything is. It basically comes down to supply, you know, demand, and if you're actually maintaining that loyal customer, right? I know that sounds a little harsh, but I mean, that's what it comes down to. God, I'm sweating like a whore at church in here. But I mean, that's what it comes down to, okay? So, I mean, with that being said, again, this video is a little all over the place, but if you want more detail on that, trust me, it's in my value guide. It comes down to a guy wanting a certain thing. Can you give him that certain thing? If you can, how much of it's available? Are you too eager? Are you coming off too strong, too needy, too desperate? You know, your scarcity, right? I mean, if you give it too much, he'll take it for granted. If you don't, you know, you give it the right amounts. They say, what do they say? devil's in the dosage, kind of that, or that kind of thing. If you do it in the right amounts, you're going to keep having that attraction, you're going to keep him interested, so on and so forth. And of course, if you do that, you're going to be able to maintain him. Are you able to maintain and escalate this attraction over time? If you're good, or if you can, great, that's a good thing. If you can't, then hey, listen, I'm actually going to say this too. If you are maintaining, like just content, it's not going anywhere, it's stationary, even though he's with you, you're losing him. You always have to escalate. You always have to move forward. You always have to progress. Attraction is only created when you progress, okay? So make sure you're doing that. With that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.